EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Carolina Panthers. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Ready. 15, run. 15, run. Under 10, under 10, 10. General West, you got tight. Ready.
First carry for Darius Geis, and not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, exit.
2nd and 10. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. The 20, 10, touchdown, Carolina. Michael Gallup, 79 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms, because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. They'll try the right side with Jones. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now a first down carry by Jones. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. This thrown quickly out to Jones. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Check 99. Check 99. Check 3. Check 3. 11.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. They'll go with Jones. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
And the Lions first down.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
We got to step it up. Out. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. 58. Alert 3.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
They'll run on 1st down. Jones. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Right here.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run pass option. There to get a hand in and knock that one away, DJ Reed.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. In search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive.
I'm going back to you. 58. 53. Check. Base. Hey, Tuesday. Bud. Get up.
From the gun, it's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 22-yard line.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Ready. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Go, go, go.
On first down, it's Jones. And they'll get this down to the 10. 12 more yards there and another first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further. Now it's Ryan. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Grant. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jakeem Grant, his second touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. A nice little juke. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Hey, Delta.
57's the Mike. 57's the Mike. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll drop the throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Hey, watch that, watch that.
Hey, high 7.
54.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Going to take a shot for Gallup. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Michael Gallup, 94 yards. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Watch out, watch out, watch out.
Throwing again. Ryan. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Josh Allen in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year.
Check 52. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Shit. 53. Gun. Check 53. Hey, watch the slant.
3rd and long. It's Ryan. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to flip him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
A good return there, 17 yards. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position.
Go! 18 Gators.
Check 50. Watch the car.
Get.
On first down, this is Geis. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. 2nd and 13. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Bobby Wagner, the former 2nd rounder out of Utah State, with a sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got his target, Samuel. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. What a first half this has been offensively. I mean, defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
No, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out. So 2 thoughts come to mind. 1, get some oxygen. You fill up your lungs a little bit. And number 2, talk to your guys up front. You need a pass rush to help slow them down.
And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? On the ground, Geis. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Michael Gallup on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
At the 24-yard line.
Hey, express!
Say. Hatchet. Switch. Watch twist. Watch.
Cut.
Check.
Hey, South!
Now a toss play. It's Ajayi. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
That's it. Big hit.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down.
Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Hey, go orange. Hey, ready.
Now it's the backup, Rivers. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Josh Allen, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. Here comes the Lions punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at the 33. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Geis, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers, they widen their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
He's mine.
55's mine.
Hey, 79!
Check.
Hey, Charlie!
Check. 55.
Cluster!
Jam.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Flushed it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team They lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. The throw over the middle taken in. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
And it's third down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Hey, check.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
39.
Mike, 53.
Hey, Echo.
Mike. Here we go. Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike.
21.
Tighten down. There you go.
Space.
53's Mike. 53. Check 53.
They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield.
This was boxing. You think maybe they would have thought about stopping this one because this defense has been bruised, it's been battered, but this is why they keep the fight going, right? They just got done with a really nice play, showing they still got a little bit left, don't they?
Haven't had many plays that they can clip, put in the film room, and smile about, but hey, there's one.
Clip and save.
19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
Here we go. 70, Indy.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Hey, check.
This is Geis, and he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Tackled back at the 26-yard line.
Orbit.
Second and 14. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. John Simon able to record his 5th sack of the season. First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. Looking to throw. And he's going to go down again. John Simon in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Jones breaking from the contact. 31 yards there and a first down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Deron Payne able to record his 5th sack of the season. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Here we go.
Gun. Hey, seam 6.
65. Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike. You go right now. Space.
Here's Ryan. Pass incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Right there in the middle, 55.
Hey, Alpha.
550. Check. We want this. Slam. Hey, switch gears.
Gun. Hey, South.
25. Check 25.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. His guys on the counter, and a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down. And we're back now in Charlotte. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The Panthers on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
Switch. Tight dog. Check 26, check 26.
Check 50, check 50.
Check 24, check 24.
Yeah.
Back to throw here. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough pass.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Montez Sweat in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Hey, Zoo. Red Delta.
Kill. Hey, turn it up.
3rd and long for Rivers. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Deron Payne in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here comes the Lions punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. This is away, and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Escape, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going deep for Brown. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
There's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. And that's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Montez Sweat. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Out of the pistol, the give to Jones. Room past the 20. And all the way up to the 31-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Again, it's Jones. And he'll be brought down, but a tip of the cap on the spin move as that gives him a first down. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
First down, Lions.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Check, crunch, crunch, crunch. Check. Deuce.
Left to right.
Deuce, deuce. Slam, slam, slam.
Ahead. Undercut.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Right there.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
The ball. Shift, shift. Check 31, check 31. Check 3, check.
Load it. Load it.
Kill, kill, kill. Check 99, check 99. Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Jones. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
Buffalo one, Buffalo one. Hey, wahoo!
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike.
Hey, we heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
Rivers to throw for it on 4th. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
To Ronald Jones. A gain of 14. And the Lions first down.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Pull it together. Mike.
Hey, Haywood.
Watch the pass. Mike, 55. Check 55, Mike.
Load it. Load it.
Mike 5-5, Mike.
Throwing Rivers. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
Hey!
Go now! Mike 55! Mike 55!
Hey, Delta!
Mike 55! Mike 55!
Hey, Foxtrot!
Hey, defense, let's go! 55's my guy.
Behind!
One last shot now for Rivers. Now a desperation throw, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jackson. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Panthers, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Lions, add one more loss to the column. That drops them to a woeful 1-9 so far. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire